Hello, hello. What's going on, awesome party peeps? It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First, and I'm gonna make this one quick, short, and to the point per usual. We talk all things premium courses, whether they be online or face to face, how to take your knowledge and package it into the format of a course, a luxury coaching or mentorship program. If that interests you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notifications so you know when more episodes like this drop and we can hang out live. Now, let's get into it today. Everyone is not qualified. Now, again, we're gonna talk about this in relationship to your premium courses, but this extends to personal life as well, right? Like thinking about personal relationships, familial, romantic, friendships, whatever it is, we qualify the people that we want in our lives, right? And if they are not qualified, then we're not going to hang around them. Now, I can speak from my own personal experience. There have been some people, hello IG, good to see you on as well. There have been some people who have been in my midst, okay, midst or in my company for far too long. And I know that if you are like me, high performers, high achievers, we're looking for ways sometimes to help other people, to serve other people. And sometimes that can backfire and we can have people hanging around for way too long. Well, the same applies to your courses and programs too, right? Like your online courses, your face-to-face courses, whatever it is that you're building out, your services, you need a way to qualify the people who are coming into your programs. All right, that is a pro tip. That is something that has saved me so much time, money, and energy. And I wish I knew this when I first got started. All right, so I'm passing it along to you. Just because someone is handing you money for a product or service to come into your programs or courses does not necessarily mean that they are qualified. Also, pro tip, just because someone may look qualified on paper does not mean that they are qualified. As a coach, as a mentor, as someone who is experienced, even in sales, right, marketing, those sorts of things, you'll start to see patterns as you go through this process of qualifying your applicants or qualifying people to come into your programs and courses. You'll go through this process so many times that you'll be able to recognize the disqualifiers, things that people are not saying, right? Undertones of questions or conversation. Like I had someone one time, I remember, happened on, and we're on a call and they're like, I'm interviewing you because I need to make sure. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, right? It's the undertone. It's the way in which people say things, and they're saying things, they're not saying things, but they're saying it, right? So you got to be able to recognize patterns of speech, tonality, all of those things. What are people actually saying? And is this a qualifier, okay, or disqualifier? Like, are they meant for this program? Is this the right program for them? And when I say wait a minute, it's not to say that you shouldn't vet your mentors and coaches. I totally agree with that, but again, it's what's not being said, right? Like the whole I'm interviewing you piece is kind of okay. Well, let's reestablish authority here, right? Let's reestablish expertise here. Like, how is this position? Because at the end of the day, if someone's coming to you for your program, your courses, your products, your services, they need your help. All right. Again, they should have already vetted you. They should already know before they hop on the call, before they hop in your email, before they hop in your DM. I guarantee you they have been watching already. They have been vetting you and who it is that you are, your process, your methods, all of those things. And they're coming to you for help, right? So during that call, I'm like, all right, I understand that you want to know that this is the right program for you, not necessarily that we are in an interview, right? This is a conversation. And so it's just reestablishing authority, reestablishing the trust that is necessary to help someone move forward. And that person did end up enrolling in my courses and programs. So it was all good, but understanding that they probably have, and this was the exact conversation that I had with this individual. I'm like, you probably have gone through some other courses and programs that you didn't get results, right? So you feel a little bit hesitant. You feel a little bit like, is this going to be the right thing for me? And so, just talking people through that process. So sometimes there are hard stops. There are red flags, like immediate no, this is not the right program. And sometimes they are a little cautious, right? The yellow flags that you go, okay, as a coach, as a mentor, what's not being said here? And so just putting this here real quick, like everyone isn't qualified for your programs, to be in your life, right? Your personal relationships, familial relationships, romantic relationships. We have qualifiers in place for the people that we want in our personal lives. So the same thing should go for your programs and courses too. How are you qualifying the students and clients that are going to come into your programs? And if you need help with that, go to jumpfirstacademy.org to get started. There's a free training over there. It takes less than 30 minutes. There's no fluff. There are lots of examples and case studies to help you start to implement what it is that you're learning at jumpfirstacademy.org. Free resources as well as paid resources to help get you started and move you forward. You'll also find, I want to put this here too as a pro tip, that sometimes people are qualified up front, all right, and then as they go along, they aren't qualified for the next part of your program. So remember, we're not just building one-off courses, we're building programs, sustainable results. So you want to continue to help people through getting the results that they actually want. So to qualify for one piece of your program, they may not be qualified for the next part, and so you have to constantly evaluate where your students currently are in the process. All right, so important. And I need you to also be okay with everyone not being qualified, because I know I struggled with that for a long time, especially in this business, but even prior to this business, I struggled with belonging, fitting in, all of those things. And as a high performer, high achiever, right? We go through this process, I think, and these are the high performers and high achievers that I've talked to. It's all a part of the process, growing up, whether you care or not about fitting in. It's one of those things where you do want a sense of belonging. I mean, it's part of like who we are. Like, we're human, okay? We're not supposed to, in my opinion, we're not supposed to be alone in this world. And so, it's one of those things where you have to really start to embrace who it is that you are, okay? Who it is that you are. You have to stand firm on the values, the morals, the ethics that you set up in your life and in your business. And so people who do not match those, you have to be comfortable with them finding their way out of your world, okay? Like, just the same way that they came in, they can find their way out as well when they don't align. Because again, somebody can tell you something all day long. On paper, it can look nice, right? All day long, they can say a thing, but you will start to see, and I struggled with this in my business. I'm like, but I want to help this person. Like, I know I can help this person. I see it on paper that I can help this person. The conversation we had, I can help this person, but maybe their assignment is not attached to yours. Like, your purposes don't align. Only and only that person knows truly what they feel, what they think, and what their true intentions are. And so sometimes I truly believe that God protects us, right, from things that aren't meant for us. And so sometimes, even though that thing might look great, be shiny, okay, on paper, it may not be the right fit for your program or for your services or your assignment and purpose. And so you have to be okay with that. Again, stand in who you are, stand in your values, stand in what it is that you deliver, and the right people will be attracted to you. But you got to show up, all right? You got to show up. You got to start putting yourself out there, put your services out there. And if you're afraid to do that, again, there are resources at jumpfirstacademy.org to help get you started if this aligns with you. I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Have an amazing